Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, here to share with you our latest. This how-to demonstration is on wiring and taping to put an artificial stem on a flower. I often get asked, well, what will I learn when I come to flower school? And I can tell you that this is one of the first things we're going to be teaching at Monday morning when class starts. How do you put an artificial stem on a flower? Step 1 of flower school. To create an artificial stem, you start with wire. Wire comes in many different gauges or sizes. We use 3 gauges in the classroom, 18, 22, and 26. 18 is the heaviest. It's much more for structure. 26 is the lightest, and that's what we use when we're doing body flowers. And that's what I'll be demonstrating with today. Then you need tape. And it's not a waterproof sticky tape. It's a wax tape. And it doesn't stick to anything except itself. One of the first things we'll do in the classroom is have you touch it, feel it, stretch it, and see how well it expands. And then tear it. When you pull it straight out, it tears easily. But if you try to tear it down, it doesn't. It's too strong. It may shred, but it doesn't really tear. You got to go straight out. So that's kind of a fun little exercise we do in the classroom is stretch it, tear it, and see how it works. The first technique I like to start with is the pierce technique. And it's used for any flower that has a long calyx. So the mini carnation, standard carnation, rose. You just want to cut them down, leaving about a ½ an inch at the most of a stem length. 1/4 of an inch is perfectly fine. So you just want a nice little end to hang on to, just like that. Then taking your wire, you pierce right through the calyx. No need to go double. Just go through a ways and then bend it down so that you've got a nice stem to begin with. Again, it's just pierce straight through the calyx, bend it down, and then move on to the next bloom. You do that for as many flowers as you need to wire. Pierce through the calyx, bend it down, and it's ready for taping. Flowers with a flat face, like a chrysanthemum or a daisy, anything that's very flat, you would use a hairpin. Again, you cut it down, leaving 1/4 to a ½ an inch of stem, and then take your wire and fold it into a hairpin. Again, not half, but some, maybe a couple of inches. So you've got a nice hairpin, and then feeding it through the center. Just feeding it straight down through. And then after it's in, you can pull it from the bottom till it just disappears. Don't want to pull it all the way through. So again, it's a hairpin, pierce, when it gets down, put the second in, and then pull it till it just disappears down into the face, hairpin, pierce, feed it in, and then pull it till it disappears. Some things don't have a long calyx, so you can't do pierce, nor do they have a flat face, so you can't do hairpin. Something like rosemary, or maybe baby's breath, or statice, you just clip it down to smaller pieces, and then gather them together in your hand, stripping off the lower needles so you've got some bare stem. And then clustering it. Then taking your wire and treating it like a string. Just holding it and clutching. So wrapping once, twice, and thrice, and then spinning it straight back down. So again, it's just taking bits, cleaning up the lower end, then using the wire like a string, clutching once, twice, thrice, and you're ready to tape. Once you master the pierce, the clutch, the hairpin, you may find that you combine them. For a Gaelic sleeve, I cut it down, leaving about a half an inch of a stem, and then I take a wire, hairpin it, feed that through the leaf right over a main vein, hairpinning it in, and then holding it and clutching it around the stem. So it's a combination of hairpin, wire folded into the hairpin, pierce over the main vein, feeding it on through. Then once it's in place, holding it and clutching it to the stem. Once everything's wired, then you start the taping. You want to pull it off so that it's not tight to the roll, but don't tear it because you don't know how much you're going to really use. Then that hooks over your pinky and you start by taping. And that sounds easy. It takes a little practice because you've got to stretch it. It's just stretching that releases the wax that makes it stick to itself. So it's a little more difficult than it sounds when I say, oh, it's just taping, because you wrap it around very, very, very tightly, and then pulling and stretching simultaneously, stretching and pulling, coating that entire stem nice and thin and delicate. You do that with each item, starting at the top, then twisting. As you get too close, give yourself more room, then pulling and twisting. And this takes practice, a lot of time spent finger patterning to get your fingers used to doing it, learning what's just the perfect tension. If you pull too hard, it'll break. If you don't pull hard enough, it will be too thick and heavy. So you want it to be just perfect. Now you'll notice as I work, never, ever, ever do I pick up my scissors. I just tape, pulling and stretching, and then when I get it down as far as I want, I tear. If you take the time to pick up the scissors, not good. It slows you down. You want to get in the habit of just keeping it on your finger, twisting around, going down the stem, and then tearing. Once all the pieces are prepared, then you can make a corsage or a boutonniere or a nosegay. For this exercise, I'm just going to do a nosegay, clustering things together, maybe doing 3 of the palms to begin with, and then a mini carnation, and another, and creating a variety of heights, maybe a little bit of the rosemary, and then bending them outward. I can adjust them. Since they're all on a wire, I can make them go where I want them to. A little more rosemary. And then to finish it, just creating a collar with the Gaelics, and everything's on a wire, so I can just feed it into my fingers. And then if I want to move something, I can just adjust it a little bit, pulling the wire, and hold it tightly with all the leaves and flowers at the top, bare stems on the bottom. To hold it in place, just a nice tack of the tape right around the neck. To finish it off more like a nosegay, I would fluff out all of these wires so that they're a little bit more separated, and then cut them. You don't need them to be this long. I want to remove any area that has wire showing. So I'd go through and clip those all out. And I'm also going to tie a ribbon around it. So just taking a bit of ribbon, giving it a cut, and then right around the neck. Just bring it, wrap it around where I taped, back around, tie it in a knot, and another knot to make sure it doesn't let go, and then a bow just to make it be pretty. Leave the streamers to hang down. Then all I need to do is go back and finish cutting all the wires. Wiring and taping. One of the basic mechanics that you learn in floral design. If you're joining me for flower school, you have a preview. You can practice at home and astound me with your skills. Or just wait and come in and we'll do it in the classroom. It's so much easier that way with me standing right beside you. For more fun, if you want to learn how to make a bow, if you want to see some other mechanic techniques, check out our website. At flowerschool.com, we have a fabulous video library. If you have questions, if you want to know a little more about it, don't hesitate to contact us. You can reach us through the website, or you can call us on the telephone at 1-800-819-8089. If it's easier, don't hesitate to use email. My personal email is Leanne, Leanne, at floraldesigninstitute.com. Now it's your turn. Get yourself some tape, a little bit of wire, some few flowers, and experiment. Don't be frustrated if it's hard at first. After you do a few 500, 600, 700, just a few, it'll get so easy. And in the classroom, that's the way it is every day. At first it's hard, and then it gets so easy and absolutely fun because we're sitting around doing something we love each and every day.